Bills Mafia, stop everything. We may be entering one of the most critical weeks of the entire off-season, and no one is talking about it enough. Three major developments just slipped Buffalo's radar. One of our stars could miss training camp. Two-time Pro Bowler just became a free agent target, and the solution to our defensive woes may be hiding in plain sight. Brace yourselves. This isn't just about contracts or rumors. This is our chance to make it to the Super Bowl on the line. Starting now, Buffalo Bills fans, get ready because the tension surrounding James Cook's contract situation has reached a boiling point. The 25-year-old running back, who was a key force in Buffalo's offense last season with 18 total touchdowns and more than 1,500 scrimmage yards, could be headed for a serious standoff with the front office, and what was once a quiet discontent could now turn into a full-scale contract dispute. At the heart of this drama is Cook's desire for a new deal, with 2 years remaining on his precarious contract. He has made it clear through actions and now through reports that he wants to be paid like a top-tier running back. The problem, the Bills have given no indication that they are ready to talk numbers. Cook has already refused to participate in voluntary ODAs, but now comes the crucial test. Mandatory minicamp begins Tuesday, and all eyes are on him. Will Cook show up, or will he get angry and quit? Making his frustration official, Albert Breer, an NFL insider who has followed the situation closely, warned that Cook may have limited time to capitalize. The money at this position is scary, Breer said. Cook needs to strike while he can, and he's not wrong. The running back market has collapsed in recent years. Gone are the days of long-term contracts for running backs. For someone like Cook, who is just entering his prime, this could be his best, perhaps only chance to secure a big paycheck. But here's what makes this more than just another contract waiver story. The Bills themselves are walking a tightrope. They already don't have a true starting wide receiver after the Stefon Diggs trade. Josh Allen is expected to carry this offense, almost single-handedly, and losing Cook on top of that could hurt an offense already under pressure. Cook averaged 16.7 yards per carry last year, was a weapon in the passing game, and provided the kind of dual-threat rookie offensive coordinator Joe Brady has built. Taking that away without a plan to replace him would be a gamble with huge consequences. And if you have your sights set on the Super Bowl, don't play your best weapons. This isn't just a contract dispute, it's a potential identity crisis for the Bills' offense. And unless Brandon Beane and Cook's coaching staff can come to an agreement quickly, Buffalo could enter the 2025 season with a big hole in its offensive engine. And while the Bills are trying to avoid chaos in their backfield, another opportunity is opening up on the other side of the floor. A free agent, and yes, the Bills already had their eye on him as the James Cook storm brews on one side of the locker room. A big opportunity may have landed on Brandon Beane's desk, and it involves a name the Bills have coveted for some time. Two-time Pro Bowl quarterback J.R. Alexander is officially a free agent, and suddenly Buffalo's need for a veteran defensive back could be met with a golden opportunity. Here's the story behind it. Earlier this offseason, the Bills held talks with the Green Bay Packers about acquiring Alexander. Negotiations fell apart, reportedly due to contract complications and injury concerns. But now, with Green Bay unable to restructure his deal and no trade partners willing to take the risk, the Packers have released him outright, freeing Alexander to sign with whomever he wants. Team president Mark Murphy was candid about the decision. He's been a great player for us, an elite talent, but injuries have been a significant issue, and that's part of the deal. In fact, Alexander hasn't played a full season since 2019. That record scared teams at the time, but does it still scare them? For the Bills, the need is there. They've already taken steps to improve their secondary, drafting Maxwell Harrison in the first round and developing Christian Benford into one of the league's most underrated young quarterbacks. But in the AFC, where you're up against Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, and possibly Rodgers, you can't rely on youth and potential alone. You need experience. You need players who have been tested on the field. When healthy, Jay Alexander is exactly that. His ball skills, speed, and physicality have made him a nightmare for receivers across the league, and Pro Football Focus still ranks him as a top 10 quarterback in 2025, despite his limited availability. Brandon Beane has always said he'll monitor every opportunity. Now, the question is, how aggressive will he be? The market will likely move quickly, and Buffalo won't be the only team interested. But the Bills have an advantage. They've already done their homework. They know what Alexander wants, what he brings, and what his medical history entails. With Cook's contract up in the air and questions about the offense, bolstering the defense could become even more crucial. Adding a player like Alexander, especially now that there's no trade cost, could be a huge boost to a unit in need of more stars. But cornerback may not be the only position in Buffalo's secondary that needs help. There's another vacancy quietly forming, and the perfect solution could be one of the most respected safeties of the past decade, a recent All-Pro who's still on the market. While all eyes are on the James Cook saga and the sudden rise of Jair Alexander, another position most recently, with the Atlanta Falcons, Simmons is widely regarded as one of the smartest, most instinctive safeties in football. Yet, he remains unsigned. That's where Buffalo could come in. According to NFL analysis writer Alex Buck, Simmons would be a perfect fit for the Bills. In his list of ideal free agent targets in each NFL era, he picked Simmons for Buffalo without hesitation, writing, "Simmons would immediately bolster the Bills' safety group, even on a short-term veteran contract, and the numbers back it up. In 2024, Simmons recorded 62 total tackles, 36 solo defended, 7 passes, and grabbed 2 interceptions. Even more impressive is his resume leading up to that season. He was a second-team All-Pro selection 3 years in a row, heading into 2024. His consistency, football IQ, and ability to read the quarterback make him a real asset in any defense's backfield. Now, consider this. The Bills were excellent against the run last season, but they were among the worst in the league in yards allowed. That imbalance cost them a playoff berth yet again, with Patrick Mahomes exploiting vulnerable zones and inexperienced coverage schemes. Fixing that problem takes more than talent. It takes leadership and communication in the backfield. That's exactly what Simmons brings. At 31, Simmons may not be a long-term answer, but he doesn't have to be a one-year veteran contract structured with team-defined terms could make him the missing piece to a title run. His presence could also provide guidance to young defenders like Harrison and Benford, and give head coach Sean McDermott the flexibility to disguise coverages and adjust in critical moments. With the AFC more competitive than ever, Buffalo can't afford to sit still. They've been aggressive in recent years, but now the window of opportunity is smaller, the expectations are higher, and the margins for error are slim. If Brandon Beane wants to be the best he can be on this roster in 2025, pairing Simmons with a strong quarterback like Alexander could be a defensive combination that takes the Bills to the top. Bills Mafia, if you were Brandon Beane right now, what would your priority be? Finishing James Cook's contract, trying to sign Jair Alexander, or bringing in Justin Simmons to lead the secondary? Do you think the Bills need all of these reinforcements to truly make a Super Bowl run? Comment below. Leave your opinion here. Don't forget, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. But I will come back later to update you with the latest news from Buffalo Bills.